This is AI5HP calling all ham operators. The time is 8 p.m. Central. Amateur traffic, please stand by, because you're now listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. We are here every Thursday night on the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club frequencies and the University Link repeater system. We will not have any scheduled pauses for emergency traffic, but we will yield the air to any breaking emergency. With that in mind, as we proceed, please leave room between check-ins and transmissions to allow for any emergency traffic. I am transmitting tonight from Buda, just south of Austin, Texas, using the 147.320 repeater. You can also reach us via Echolink by connecting to K5TMT-R or KA5D-R. For All-Star access, use node 51444 or 40933. For more information regarding the club's repeater system, and how to become a member, please visit n5oak.org. You can also participate in this net using the University Link repeater system. For more information about the University Link repeater system, please visit ka5d.com. If you are listening through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and wish to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8 Hertz. For the University Link repeater system, set your tone to 97.4 Hertz. For club members, we also have our very own Thursday Night Net channel on Discord. So swing by and say hi to folks hanging out there during the net. My name is Aaron, AI5HP, and I'm your net controller for this evening. This is a controlled net. Stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. If you are new ham or just new to the net, the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net is a social net, and we would very much appreciate your participation. We get together every week to share knowledge, ask questions, and hang out. It is very easy to check into this net. In just a bit, I'll ask for short-time check-ins and take down a list of all stations who wish to participate. Once we have everyone checked in, I'll go down the list one at a time and give you the floor. Later on, we'll do general check-ins. Feel free to ask questions pertaining to ham radio. Tell us about something you've been working on, or just say hi. We want to hear from you. If you missed the first round of check-ins, don't worry, we'll grab you on the next round. Please avoid topics of politics, religion, or anything else potentially inflammatory. Please keep it nice, clean, and appropriate. Today's suggested topic is, if there's one trivia category that you know you would score well on during Friday Night Trivia Net, what is that category? Quantum physics, World War II battles, Shakespeare, Greek mythology, Bob's Burgers? Let's hear it, and maybe a certain Trivia Night host will be listening and take note. Mine would be Star Trek trivia. It's time for station identification, and I'll be opening the net for short-time check-ins. Please stand by. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK. We are here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you're joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and wish to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8 Hertz. If you're using the University Link repeater system, please set your tone to 97.4 Hertz. My name is Aaron, AI5HP, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. Alright, it's time for short-time check-ins. Short-time check-ins is meant for operators who cannot stay for the entire net or who are mobile. I will not take general comments for the short-timers. If you're feeling shy or have nothing to say, just specify no traffic when you're checking in. This is equivalent to signing the guest book. Again, no membership is required, and any licensed operator is welcome to check in. New hams are especially encouraged to check in, so if you're a new ham, we really want to hear from you. If you check in a short timer, and later you want to rejoin the net, that's okay. Just please specify your recheck so I don't double count you in my log. So if you're kind of busy or mobile tonight, but you still want to check in, come with your name, your call sign and name now.
This is Kilo India 6, Hotel Quebec Tango, Ken in South Austin, no traffic.
This is N5LX Sky in Oak Hill. Just wanted to say hello to everybody. I'm just going to listen. I'm working on something at the moment. Kilo. Let me repeat. K55WIA Marshall, South Austin, no traffic.
This is Whiskey 5 Lima Uniform Lima, Holly and Buda, no traffic.
Okay. I have KI6HQT, Ken with no traffic. I also picked up another station that was trying to check in, but it didn't sound like they were holding the repeater, so I don't think I caught it much of that. But I'll give you a chance to try again in a little bit. I had N5LX Sky with no traffic. I had KI5WIA Marshall with no traffic. And I had W5LUL Holly with no traffic. Any more short time check-ins?
This is Kilo Fox 5 Delta Papa X-Ray.
Okay, I got Kilo Foxtrot 5 Delta Papa X-Ray, and then according to Rusty, it was Jason and Buda KB5MPJ was the one that I didn't read. Thank you for relaying that, Rusty. And those are the only two additional ones that I picked up. So, all right, let's see. It was a KI6HQT Ken with no traffic. Thank you for checking in. N5LX Sky with no traffic. Thank you for checking in. KI5WIA Marshall with no traffic. Thank you for checking in. W5LUL Holly, no traffic. Thank you for checking in. And I had KF5DPX. I didn't catch the traffic or not, but go ahead, or your name, but go ahead, KF5DPX.
This is Kilo Fox 5 Delta Papa X-Ray. My name is Chris. I'm in South Austin. Just getting prepared. I'm heading out to Big Bend Ranch State Park tomorrow with KG5DRT and that's Jake, and KI5RXT. Sally, she'll be joining us a little bit later. Going to do some POTA and SOTA activation out there, so be on the lookout, I guess.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I really need to figure out some of that. I'm still new to this hobby, and there's a lot of stuff I got to try. So I haven't done fox hunting. I haven't done any POTA, much less SOTA or made contacts. But that's great that you're doing that. Sounds like fun. Even just getting out to the park is fun, I think. Thanks for checking in. Next, we've got Jason, KB5 MPJ in Butte. Hey, Jason. Welcome to the net. Jason, KB5 MPJ, are you out there? Okay, well, I'm not reading Jason. Maybe he'll be able to clean up this transmission and check in later. He might be mobile. I don't know. Let me go through one more round of short time check-ins just to see if I missed anybody. If you want to do a short time check-in, come in now with your call sign and name.
November 5, Sierra, Mike, Oscar, Bill, North Austin, no traffic, short time.
This is Kilo Charlie 5, Alpha Juliet Echo, Chad, South Austin, no traffic.
This is Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November from Puerto Rico using Echolink.
Okay. I picked up 3 more short time check-ins. Thanks, everybody. I've got N5 SMO Bill with no traffic. I've got KC5 AJE Chad with no traffic. And joining us via Echolink, we've got Ernesto KI5PZN. Ernesto, I didn't know if you said traffic or not, but if you want to say something, the floor is yours.
Oh, dude, you know you always have traffic. I can't stop talking. So, yeah, man, thank you for running the net. And thank you for doing this. And hello to everybody also on the net. I'm talking a little bit on the softer side here because people around me are sleeping. But I'm in Puerto Rico, and I think Pat is around here, too. I just haven't talked to him yet. But, yeah, man, having a good time and listening to the net. Probably go back to that in a bit and can be kind of quiet over there, but enjoying it here so far. And one more time, just thanks again for running the net. And I guess I'll talk to you guys soon. Back to net control. This is KI5PZN.
All right, thank you, Ernesto, and have fun over there in Puerto Rico. Okay, that's it for short time check-ins. So let me go ahead and do a station identification. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. We are here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you're joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and wish to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8 Hertz. If you're using the University Link repeater system, please set your tone to 97.4 Hertz. My name is Aaron, AI5HP, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. We still haven't gotten a regular check-ins yet. The net is still young. This time we're going to review a question or two from the FCC's current general exam. If you have a technician's license, this will give you a sample of what that test is about. If you've already passed your general exam, it's always a good thing to review the material. Let's pass it over to Garrett, KB5, KBJ, for tonight's questions.
is Garrett, KG5KVJ, and I will be doing your general class license questions for this evening. I have pulled 2 questions from the ARRL General Class License Manual. I'll start off by reading the question and then all the possible answers. First, we'll take responses from Tech and Novice Class license holders, if there are any Novice Class license holders out there, followed by answers from the General and Amateur Extra license holders. Don't be afraid to answer and get it wrong. Sometimes getting it wrong will, get you to remember the right answer. So the first question of the evening is, what circuit is used in analog FM receivers to convert IF output signals to audio? Is it A, the product detector, B, the phase inverter, C, the mixer, D, the discriminator? If you're a novice or tech class license holder, please come with your answer now. Nothing heard. I'm gonna open it up to all classes of license holders. I'm gonna read the question and the answers again. What circuit is used in analog FM receivers to convert IF output signals to audio? Is it A, the product detector, B, the phase inverter, C, the mixer, or D, the discriminator?
DS.
Go ahead, Rad.
I vote for D, Delta.
Roger that. We got W5MDS down for Delta. Anybody else?
DBS put me down for Delta as well. I wasn't paying attention, but if that's what Rod thinks, then I'm going to go with that one.
We got WZ5DBS for Delta. Anybody else? Nothing heard, so the correct answer is, in fact, Delta. So very good, Rod and Rusty. Rusty hanging on there, fantastic. So the next question is, what signal source is connected to the vertical input of an oscilloscope when checking the RF pattern or envelope pattern of a transmitted signal? Is it A, the local oscillator, B, an external RF oscillator, C, transmitter balanced mixer output, or D, the attenuated RF output of the transmitter? So if you are a novice or tech class license holder, please come with your answer now. Nothing heard again, so I will open it up to all license holders. So the question again was, what signal source is connected to the vertical input of an oscilloscope when checking the RF pattern or envelope pattern of a transmitted signal? Is it A, the local oscillator, B, an external RF oscillator, C, transmitter balanced mixer output, or D, the attenuated RF output of the transmitter? Any license holder, please come with your answer and call sign now.
This is K5BZI. I'm going to go with D, Delta.
All right, we got K5BZI Ray down for Delta. Anybody else?
DBS put me down for Delta, but Ray stole my answer. He just got to it first.
Roger that, Rusty. We're going to put you down for Delta. Anybody else? All right. Nothing heard, so the correct answer is, in fact, Delta. Fantastic work, y'all. I'm going to turn it back over to Aaron, AI5HP, the net controller for the evening. I also want to say today is the Marine Corps birthday, so Yut, motivate, hoorah, kill, and it's KG5KVJ back to net control.
All right. Thank you, Garrett, for those ham exam questions. And let me pause one more time for station identification. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK, where every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you're joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and you want to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8 hertz. If you're using the University Link repeater system, please set your tone to 97.4 hertz. My name is Aaron, AI5HP, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. And we're going to pass the mic now to Ray, K5BZI, for tonight's news.
Hey, thank you, Aaron, and hello everybody on the net tonight. This is Ray, K5BZI, with tonight's news from ARRL.org. I'm going to start off with the ARRL programs that will benefit from the auction proceeds that just took place. The 17th annual ARRL online auction sponsored by RT Systems Incorporated took place on October 21st through the 27th, 2022. There were over 200 participants who submitted bids vying for QST quote product review equipment, new ham radio gear, vintage books, and the popular ARRL Lab Mystery Jungle boxes. Plenty of spectators also contributed additional traffic to the auction site by browsing items and watching the bids climb. ARRL auction manager Lisa Tardet, Kilo Bravo 1 Mike Oscar India, reported that 695 bids were recorded and a number of items went into overtime bidding. After all was tallied, this year's auction grossed more than $32,000. Tardet said that the items that drew the highest interest from bidders had been previously tested for the popular product review column in QST. The Elcraft K4D HF/6-meter SDR transceiver, reviewed in the September 2022 issue of QST, had a winning bid of $5,850. The Four-State QRP Group Bayou Jumper 40-meter CW transceiver, reviewed in the March 2022 issue of QST, went for $675, while it currently retails for $105. Bidders like to support a good cause and know that these, quote, product review items have been rigorously tested in the ARRL lab. Comments from bidders include, "Thank you, I'm excited about my new radio and happy to participate in an event for a great cause." The ARRL online auction is an important fundraiser and a critical means of support for many of the association's programs, which rely on funding sources beyond basic membership dues. ARRL Education and Learning Manager Steve Goodgame, Kilo 5 Alpha Tango Alpha, said that the auction raises funds to further projects that otherwise would go unsupported. Quoting, "Following the launch of ARRL Learning Center late last year, we are developing more content to help amateur radio operators increase their knowledge and skills. The Learning Center provides ARRL members with instruction and training for getting on the air, emergency communications, and electronics and technology," end quote. Goodgame said that several full courses are under development. ARRL emergency communications training courses are being updated and modernized. ARRL has also partnered with Dave Kassler, Kilo Echo Zero OG, you guys know who he is from YouTube, to offer his supplemental amateur radio license instructions on the ARRL Learning Center. These efforts are made possible in part through the proceeds of the ARRL online auction. Also from ARRL News, Veterans Day 2022 special events. Veterans Day is this Friday, November 11th, that's tomorrow, guys, and will feature many opportunities for amateur radio operators to celebrate and honor veterans throughout the holiday weekend. Special event stations will be on the air across the country, including the Reading Veterans Amateur Radio Club, W6VET, in Reading, California, and the Veterans Day commemoration on board the USS Kidd, a World War II Fletcher-class destroyer with the USS Kidd Amateur Radio Club in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The Strategic Air Command and Aerospace Museum in Ashland, Nebraska has a full day of activities planned for tomorrow, November 11th, including an amateur radio demonstration by the Strategic Air Command Memorial Amateur Radio Club. Using the historic call sign of General Curtis Emerson LeMay, Kilo Zero Golf Romeo Lima, and the Offutt Air Force Base, Kilo Zero Alpha India Romeo. The American Legion Amateur Radio Club, K9TAL, is located at their national headquarters in Indianapolis, Indiana. Any station that contacts K9TAL on Veterans Day will receive a special QSL card. The Wisconsin Maritime Museum in Manitowoc, Wisconsin will celebrate Veterans Day on November 12th through the 13th. That's Saturday and Sunday. The USS Cobia Amateur Radio Club will be on board and on the air from the USS Cobia World War II submarine. A commemorative QSL card will be issued for contacts made during the two-day event. A complete list of special event stations, including Veterans Day stations, is available at www.arrl.org/special events stations. Use veterans in the keyword search. ARRL headquarters, by the way, will be closed on Friday, November 11th in observance of Veterans Day, and there won't be a W1AW bulletin or code practice transmissions on that day tomorrow. The ARR HQ will reopen on Monday, November 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And a quick one from Space.com. Amateur radio operators will join a powerful international network tracking NASA's Orion spacecraft after it launches towards the moon this month. NASA officials announced that a network of 18 volunteers, organizations, and space agencies will assist with tracking Artemis 1, which will send an uncrewed Orion spacecraft to orbit around the moon after blasting off from Earth atop a Space Launch System rocket. Launch is set for no earlier than November 14th. I think it was supposed to happen tomorrow, but it got delayed because of the storm down there. The selected volunteers, including 2 individuals in the amateur radio community, will demonstrate whether they can receive Orion's signal and use their respective ground antennas to passively track and measure changes in the radio waves transmitted by Orion. And that's all I've got for the news this evening, Aaron. Thanks for hosting the net, and thanks everybody. This is Ray, K5BZI, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Ray, for that news. It's time now for Fox News. Jeffrey, KI5MVS. Are you out there, and can you fill us in on our weekly Fox News report?
Yep, KI5MVS here with the Fox News. This past weekend, we had the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club potluck out at McKinney Falls State Park, all organized by Rusty, WZ5BBS. I want to give a special congratulations to those that found the 4 different foxes hidden around the park. There's a couple regular people in here, so I'm not going to list off everybody every single time. I'll just run through people that found some foxes, because there's some people that found all 4 foxes, and there's some people that only found 1 fox. And all we care is that you got out there and you participated, and you went fox hunting, and you found at least 1 fox. If you're interested in reading all of the fox logs, you can find them on the Fox Hunt channel on Discord. But without further ado, from the top, we've got Bjorn, KI5YAT, myself, and actually KI5MVF, Sky, N5LX, Ava, no call sign given, Rusty, WZ5BBS, Jason, KB5MPJ, Dave, KI5STT, Holly, W5LUL, Green, got Paul, KA5FCU, Young, KI5TIA, and then got a few others. We got some accidental signs. And, okay, we've got Young, KI5TIA, David, and Young Woo. I think I pronounced that correctly. So quite a few different fox hunters, and quite a few new fox hunters. So glad to see everybody out there. We definitely had a lot of people at McKinney Falls State Park asking, what are you guys doing? And most of them were patient enough for us to explain it to them. As of right now, I don't think there's any other fox hunts scheduled. I've not seen anything. And so if you're interested, again in fox hunting, I highly recommend you join us over on the Discord channel dedicated to fox hunting. This is KI5MVS, back to net.
All right, thanks, Jeffrey, for those Fox announcements. Okay, Okies, it's time to pass the mic now to Rusty, WZ5 BBS, our club president, with the N5O Club and trivia announcements. Rusty.
Hey, Aaron, everybody on the net. Yeah, for all our new people, we have a trivia net right here every Friday at 9 p.m. So last week was really fun. It was the biggest trivia net we have done to date. We had 47 people play in trivia, or at least signed in to play trivia. And typically we do it north versus south, but we've got the Crossroads Ham Radio Club, and they've been hanging out with us for, I don't know, man, a couple months now. So we decided to do the Okies versus the Roadies and turn it into that instead. Good luck to our good news that the Okies won. So congratulations to everybody in the Oak Hill team for making that happen. We beat the Roadies. And the first one, it was a whole lot of fun. As far as the game goes, Mike W7QAG was the winner of the Friday night trivia net. Leslie, KI5NLC, coming in second. And Anderson even came to play. I was so excited. KI5NLK, he came in third. So thanks for getting out there, Anderson, and making that happen. We got Thomas, KI5OMW. He won the elimination round. He made it to question number 2. So this time I'm trying to make him easier, but man, the last couple of weeks we haven't gotten past question number 3. As far as player rankings go, yeah, Kent is still the one to beat. And on that note as well, KI5RBT had the flu, so we had the trivia robot was down for our Okies versus Roadies, and we still made it happen. So thanks to everybody that played on that. Anybody can play. All you need is a smartphone, tablet, or a computer. We got the bingo starting at 8:30, so you got something to do waiting for the net to begin. All the details are online at n5oak.org. Just check out the Trivia Net tab. You can also check out player rankings, stats, net logs, anything that you want to know. That's all on n5oak.org. As far as official club business goes, we are up to 473 members. We have 2 new members as of last Thursday's net. We got Steven, KI5WLF, welcome aboard, and Marshall, KI5YIA. So if you see them on the Discord or hear them on the repeater, make sure you say hi. The next club meeting will be Saturday, January 21st, so it'll be after the holidays. But make sure you have that in your calendar. I would like to thank Chris, KB5TX, and Jeffrey, KI5MVF. We got the 441775 feed line changed out on Sunday after the potluck. That was, I've never been up on that building and seen where all that stuff was, so that was a whole lot of fun to do that. So y'all go check out the 775 machine. It sounds a whole lot better, and the next time it rains, we shouldn't have any issues. And as Jeffrey said, we had the park potluck on Saturday. It was a huge success. We had about 40 people that showed up, so thank you to everybody that came out to hang out at the park and brought food and played in all of our reindeer games. I would like to thank KA5FZU, AC5G, N5LX, and KI5MVF for being our foxes. And thanks to Lance, K5WEX. No, KEX. Thank you, Lance, for coming out and setting up the POTA station and teaching all the new guys and hanging out and just being you. Lance is a great guy. So if you ever hear W5KEX on the repeater, say hi. He's a good dude. I think Sky's doing a fox hunt this week. I'm not 100% sure. I just looked at the Fox Hunt channel, and he was poking around. So I don't know if he's doing one or not. The potluck photos are up on the website, so go check it out, n5oak.org. And I've added yet another net to the DMR repeater. We now have the Night Owl net on Wednesday morning at 2 a.m. So if you're up at 2 a.m. and you got a DMR repeater, now you got our DMR radio, now you got something to do for that. You can check out the schedule for all of our DMR nets. They're over there at n5oak.org. And of course, the easiest way to stay up to date is to subscribe to the official club calendar. So head over, make that happen. Also, go at your birthday so we can say happy birthday to you. That is all I have. Thank you, Aaron, for running the net. You're doing a great job. AI5HP, WZ5VBS. Back to net control.
Thank you, Rusty, for those announcements. I missed out on that. I intended to go, but things came up, and I think I saw Lucy's Fried Chicken, and that might have been, I think from the photo you posted, Round Rock Donuts, if I'm not mistaken. That hurts that I missed out. I think you've got something. I think we've got something planned in January, right, for the Winter Field Day. Is that right, Rusty?
Yes, sir. We've got the meeting as well as Winter Field Day, and Ray is the Field Day captain. So y'all check out the Field Day channel. I'm sure we'll be come the end of after Christmas. I'm sure there will start being some chatter about what's going on. I'm not sure if we're going to Fred's again or not, but if so, the Goat Palace is an amazing spot, and we'll go out there and hang out. So yeah, Winter Field Day is coming up. I believe it is the last weekend in January.
All right. Well, sounds great. Thanks again for all those announcements. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK. We are here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you're joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and wish to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8 Hertz. If you're using the University Link repeater system, set your tone to 97.4 Hertz. My name is Aaron, AI5HP, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. It's now time for regular check-ins, or general check-ins. No membership is required. Any licensed operator is welcome to check in. New hams are special, encouraged to check in. So if you're a new ham, we would love to hear from you. If you've previously checked in tonight, but you want to recheck, just specify your recheck, and I can lock things appropriately. So come now with your call sign and name.
This is NF5Y Brant, South Austin.
This is K5 Bravo Zulu India, Ray in South Austin.
This is K5WET, North Austin, no traffic.
This is KI5NOK, Anderson, Manchester.
This is Whiskey Zulu 5 Bravo Bravo Sierra Rusty, South Dallas.
Kilo India 5 Yankee Lima Sierra Cody, Fort Hood.
This is K5 JDI David in Circle C Ranch, Southwest Austin. Kilo 5 Juliet Delta India David in South Austin, no traffic, short time.
This is Kilo India 5 Whiskey Lima Foxtrot Steven and Kyle.
This is Kilo India 5 Mike Victor Frank Jeffrey in South Austin.
This is Alpha India 5 India Romeo Sam from Austin, operating mobile down in Austin.
This is KI5YIA Marshall in Southeast Austin.
Okay. Let me go through this list for round 1. I got NF5Y Brent, K5BZI Ray, K5WET, I didn't catch a name, but that was no traffic, KI5NLK Anderson, WZ5BBS Rusty, KI5YLS Cody, K5JDI David with no traffic, thank you for checking in, KI5WLS Steven, recheck, or not a recheck, KI5MVF Jeffrey, AI5IR Sam, and the recheck was Marshall KI5YIA. Any more check-ins for this first round of general check-ins? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go to the top of the order with Brent, NF5Y. Brent, welcome to the net. The floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. Brent here. I had a bit of a radio adventure where I couldn't tune my HF rig on 15 meters anymore, and ended up finding there was water and some coax connectors. Got some help from George and K5TR and Bill on that, so thank you guys. And it was kind of a fun opportunity to learn more about SWR and coax and the properties thereof. I like that side of the hobby. I like all sides of the hobby, let's face it. Hope you all are doing well. In F5Y, back to net.
All right, thank you, Brent. Hey, everybody. Brent's here. NF5Y. Does anybody want to come with a question or comment for him? Go ahead and come with your call sign now.
K5BZI Ray.
Go ahead, Ray.
Hey, Brent. I was curious how the old shack's coming, man.
Thanks for asking. I owe you some pictures, Ray. I need, now that I got the radios in here, stand by. I'll take some pictures and send them to you.
Cool. Yeah, looking forward to it, man. And still got a couple license plates with your name on them over here.
All right. They say Brant on them. That's going to be awesome.
Magic marker on the back, man. Back to net, K5BZI.
All right, thank you, Ray. Anybody else want to come for comment or question to Brent? Come with your call sign now.
BBS.
Go ahead, Rusty.
Hey, Brent, if you're so inclined, throw those photos up in the comment box channel on Discord, and I will put them. We have a spot on the web with all of our different shack photos. I'll throw them up on the web, man, if you want to. If not, it's your call.
Thank you very much. I need to get a pic in daylight of the ground panel, the entrance panel. It's a beauty, and I'll get that to you.
Roger, roger, man.
All right, anybody else want to come with a comment or question for Brent? All right, well, Brent, yeah, I've heard that water is bad for getting in those coax and connectors, so I'm glad you got that resolved. And any final comments from you before we move on? All right, well, thanks for checking in tonight, Brent. Next on the list, we've got Ray, K5BZI. Ray, what's going on tonight?
Hey, Aaron. K5BZI here. Yeah, man, great social get-together last Saturday. We had a ball. My wife made flan. The club provided Lucy's chicken, like you say, and there's all kinds of great desserts, man. There was some apple strudels and some pies and some delicious beans, I think made by MPJ out there in Buda. And just had a really good time, and fox hunting was good. My nephew Cody found the first ever fox he's ever hunted, and we forgot to sign the log, dadgummit, but we did find it, so that was cool. And I don't know, that's about it. Been working a lot, so I haven't had the chance to do a whole lot of radioing. I realized during the HF contest a couple of weeks ago that I've got a really bad noisemaker somewhere around me on 40 meters, and so I need to try to track that down one of these weekends. But other than that, yeah, looking forward maybe to working a few special event stations this weekend for Veterans Day. If I can get out here in the shack, I've got some work to do around the house. Other than that, that's about it. K5BZI, back to net.
Hey, yeah, man, I really need to get set up, my HF stuff set up so that I can get in on some of that. But, yeah, hey, everybody, Ray's here. Has anybody got a comment or question for Ray? Come now with your call sign. All right, well, nothing heard. Hey, Ray, so question about the fox hunt. So was that where you and Cody were kind of working in like a coordinated effort to try to narrow it down, or were y'all, and by coordinated I mean like distance, a little bit of distance from each other, or were y'all just together the whole time?
Yeah, good question. No, we were just together. Cody had never done a fox hunt before, so I was sort of giving him the rundown for his first time, and so yeah, I think he's got the handle on it now, though. K5BZI, nice looking shack there, Brant.
One more chance to come for Ray. Come with the call sign now. All right, well, nothing heard. Thanks, Ray, for checking in, and thanks for doing the news tonight. Appreciate it. Next on my list is Will, K5WET with no traffic. Will, thank you for checking in. And then after Will, we've got Anderson, KI5NLK. Anderson, what's going on?
Man, I tell you what, KI5NLK, not a whole lot going on. Like Rusty said, played some trivia. That was a ton of fun. I've been slacking on all sorts of stuff. I've been outside the norms on the Slacker net chat. Not net. And so I've been leaving work at noon or at 8 o'clock at night, missing all that stuff. But sometimes I get on and listen, and there's always somebody talking, which makes me happy. It means I don't have to key up because I'm lazy. And then I guess not really anything else. I should have said something to Ray when he was talking. So if I'm breaking rules by backtracking, I'm curious how his transmission's doing and all that stuff with the truck. But so I guess if you want to tell me, Ray.
Yeah, Roger. So I got my truck back Thursday of last week and was able to take it to the social gathering, and it's been running fantastically. In fact, I actually fixed the leak in my AC on Sunday night and got the AC working too. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I've got a jack over here I need to get back to you. I'll probably try to get that back to you this weekend if you'll be around.
This weekend, I guess I'll be around, but no rush. You can hold on to it and keep it out of my garage as long as you want.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for asking, man. It's running great. Shifting like a dream, finally.
All right. Well, anybody else want to come with a comment comment or question for Anderson, he's here now, come with your call sign. All right, nothing heard. Well, Anderson, any final comments from you?
Nothing really. I guess I was jumping on the Discord. I was hoping that's where the shack photos were going to be, and sure enough, there it is. That looks phenomenal, Brant. Nice work indeed.
All right, well, thanks for checking in, Anderson. Next on the list, we've got Rusty, WZ5 BBS. Rusty, what's going on?
Man, a whole lot of nothing. Now that I'm done with all the potluck business and getting all that stuff done, I am taking the weekend off. Mom has been in town for the week, so I've hung out with my brother and my nephew and niece. My nephew was in a play over the week, so we went down and saw that. So, man, I've been working and not a whole lot of radioing. I have not been on the Slacker chat much either. So I'm glad to hear that Anderson was at least listening if he wasn't chatting, which is usually hard because he likes to talk. But, yeah, and hey, Anderson, what's going on? Thanks for playing trivia. And, you know, Aaron, I haven't heard anybody say anything. I got a pad here just waiting for trivia ideas, and nothing. All I've heard so far is Bob's Burgers. Everybody really likes that, so it's pretty boring. Looking forward to a real low-key weekend and doing a whole lot of nothing and having the cold weather, man. Friday's supposed to be in the 50s, so looking forward to that. That's about all I got, man. We'll head it back to net control.
Yeah, you know, I think I'd be screwed if there was a Bob's Burgers category because I don't think I've ever seen an episode, but it sounds like maybe that already happened, so maybe I missed out, and that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah, it already happened, and that's exactly what all the old men said. What is this? This isn't a TV show. You're just making crap up, and, man, I got more hate mail for that one. So anytime they piss me off, man, we're going to have another Bob's Burgers round just to hear them kerfluffle, because it's fantastic.
All right, well, hey, so if you were playing, what category would be your time to shine?
Well, that's the funny part, is Bob's Burgers. Honestly, I love that show, and I thought for sure we would have, because we have lots of Simpsons watchers, like we have a lot of guys that watch cartoons. It kind of goes with the whole nerd thing. And so I was really surprised that we didn't have a lot of Bob's Burgers. But, yeah, man, I would have been really good at that. And same with you, you know, any kind of sciencey kind of stuff, dorky. I thought the Mystery Science 3000 round that we did a couple of weeks ago, that was pretty specific. But, yeah, I would have totally shined on Bob's Burgers, especially because nobody knew anything about it.
Yeah, that was another one that I think I did pretty bad at. So, yeah, we'll just leave that at that. Hey, everybody, Rusty's here, WZ5BBS. Anybody got a comment or want to say hi to Rusty? Come with your call sign now.
Kilowatt India 5 Yankee Lima Sierra.
What you got for us, Cody?
Hey, Rusty. Just want to say thank you for the potluck again. It was awesome to get to meet everybody, put names and faces to call signs. That was really cool to attend, and not just attending as Rays +1. So that was cool to have. As for the trivia, I heard y'all talking about the trivia. I would like to make a suggestion on a topic, if possible. I think we need to have a Fast and Furious night. I would totally decimate all of y'all on that, and I would not call it rigged.
All write that down, Fast and Furious, because they've made like, what, 700 of those movies by now? So we got lots to check from. But, all right, man, that's good to know. Especially for, you know, the Okies versus the Roadies. If I know what y'all are good at, then, you know, we can kind of stack the deck, right?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, no, Fast and Furious, that's my thing, so you put a Fast and Furious in there, you might actually eventually see me at the top of the leaderboard, you never know.
Well, I'm not going to hold my breath, but hopefully so, man.
All right, thanks, Cody. Anybody else got a comment or question for Rusty? Come with your call sign now.
W5LUL.
Hey, Holly, go ahead.
Hey, Rusty. Thanks for hosting the potluck. We had a good time. I think I would like to see either a Seinfeld round or Arrested Development or Star Trek Next Generation or Monty Python. No Bob's Burgers, though. Back to you.
Well, I like Arrested Development and Star Trek Next Generation. That was kind of like my gateway drug into Star Trek. So, yeah. Also, if you like Next Generation, have you watched Discovery and Strange New Worlds? That's the Strange New Worlds is pretty awesome. So you need to check out both of those if you haven't.
Have not watched those, but they are on my list. W5LUL.
Right on. Well, thanks for coming and fox hunting and bringing all the food and all that fun. So it was good to see y'all.
Well, I second Strange New Worlds, but I'm also going to add Star Trek Lower Decks to that list as well, Rusty.
I started watching that, and I haven't finished it for some reason. Also, if Star Trek made an original, like with William Shatner and all the original Star Trek gang, they have an animated series that came out, I think, in the 70s, maybe the 80s. I forget when it was, but it's actual their voice, and it was when Star Trek was kind of going down and nobody cared, so they tried to make it kid-friendly, and those are really good. So if you haven't seen the old Star Trek animated series, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I think I've seen a handful of those episodes, and what's funny is a lot of the alien races that they introduced in that animated series, they bring several of them back for the Lower Deck series as well, because it's animated and they don't need to worry about every alien being looking just like a human inside of a weird costume, right?
All right, well then I will add Lower Decks to my stuff to watch. But yeah, I don't know what the big the Star Trek is really. They've been throwing a lot of money into that franchise. I don't know if they're trying to keep up with Star Wars now that Disney bought them and they've got to stay relevant. But I got to say the Discovery and the Strange New Worlds has definitely got my attention. I'm looking forward to more of that.
Same here. Hey, I'm dominating the conversation. Anybody else want to come? Let me give everybody an opportunity to come and say hi to Rusty with your call sign now.
N5LX.
W5KEX.
N5LX, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that you've probably already done this. I haven't done a lot of trivia. I haven't participated in a lot of them yet, but I really enjoy the subcategories for movies. I don't know, stuff like spaghetti westerns, and there's just all kinds of subcategories you could go for. I'm sure you've done them, but I really enjoy those. N5LX.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do some spaghetti westerns and maybe have a John Wayne night, something like that. But yeah, all right, we'll throw that on the list.
All right, thanks, Sky. W5KEX, I think I heard you come also. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Net and Rusty, man. Just want to add one more shout out to you for such an outstanding Saturday last weekend. I haven't heard anything but good news, good reports from other folks that were there. So, looking forward to the next one you got planned. And that's it. Back to Net Control.
Thanks, Lance, and thanks for setting up the POTA station, man. It's really nice. I think we've been talking for over a year, and we've never met, so it was really nice to meet you face to face. Like Cody said, it's nice to meet all the people that you've been chatting with. So thanks again, man. You're totally an asset to this club, and we really appreciate you for all you do, man. W5KEX, WZ5BBS.
All right, thank you, Lance. Anybody else want to come for Rusty with your call sign now to say hi? All right, nothing heard. Rusty, you got any final comments?
I would just like to thank everybody again for coming out to the potluck. It's fun to do all these social things and get people together, and it's nice now that all the corona business is subsided enough that we can get out and do it. So I've got some other things up my sleeve, and I think the next thing that we've got is Winterfield Day. So if you're itching to get out and meet the club and play radio, that's going to be probably our next big event. But I've also got some other things that I'm thinking about. So if you have any ideas or if you got anything that you want that think might make the club better or anything like that, the social meetups channel is a good place if you want to meet up and do some stuff. And I've turned the web suggestion channel into the comment box. So go to the comment box channel and throw your comments in there if you've got some comments that want to help make the club a better place. But man, it's a fantastic group of people. So I'm very happy to be a part of it.
That's great, Rusty. Hey, and thanks again for all that you do. Okay, folks, it's time for station identification. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. My name is Aaron, AI5HP, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. Next on the list, we've got Cody, KI5YLS. Cody, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Net? I am sitting here, finally back in my house after the maintenance people tore up our floor to do plumbing work. Had a wonderful potluck. Got to meet everybody. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Lance for the HT that he gave me. That was awesome. That was going to be my next purchase, but he just saved me about $30. So thank you, Lance. That'll go towards my car payment. So thank you. And then let's see what else. Just been working mostly. I had yesterday and today off. Got some decals. Got some decals in on for my car, some Fast and Furious decals, and yeah, just glad to be back in my own room on my own bed, because the bed that I was sleeping in the hospitality suite they put us in was a futon, and it was not the world's most comfortable futon. It's very hard for me to get comfortable, but we're back, and so good to be back by my computer, and enjoy talking to y'all. Back to you.
All right, Cody. Well, yeah, I hear you, man. As far as like sleeping and having to sleep in something that's not your bed, that can be pretty rough, and it only gets worse as you get older. So, hey, everybody, Cody's here. If you want to say hi to him or have a comment or question for him, come with your call sign now.
Yeah, I'm having okay.
Go ahead and okay.
Hey, Cody, I was just curious. You said saved you $30. Did he give you a Baofeng, or did he give you a different radio that you were planning on buying a $30 Baofeng?
So actually, my Uncle Ray just clarified that it was actually Steven who gave it to me, not Lance. I'm still learning everybody's call sign and name. So Steven, thank you. And it was in fact a Baofeng. I meant to grab it out of my car, and I think I forgot to grab it. But I will put pictures of it in Discord. It was a little Baofeng. Sitting here trying to remember the specs of it, but I'm drawing a blank, probably because I'm half tired. But yeah, Baofeng, still trying to learn how to use it all. Right now it's still programmed all often, including the Oak repeater, and I'm trying to figure out how to change everything. Although I did find out that it can play FM radio stations, which is really cool because I've been listening to country music through it for quite a while now.
Very cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna admit that was the first thing I did with my Baofeng radio was I sat there and listened to the radio because it was before I had a license, and I just thought as long as this thing's on and I'm doing something with it, I feel better about life. And so I was like, that's cool. But once you start programming it, it's probably a UV5R or a UV82. I think is what the two real popular ones are. But if you try to program it by hand, it's a royal pain in the rear. But if you get a USB cable, it's so much easier. Use a computer and use the Chirp software, and it'll save you going bald. So just tip. You probably already heard it, but yeah, if I haven't okay. I guess back to.
All right, thanks, Anderson. Anybody else want to come say hi to Cody? Come with your call sign now. All right, nothing heard. Cody, you got any final comments for us?
Yeah, so also I forgot to mention about the potluck. I was able to find my very first box, so that was pretty cool. Thanks to Ray K5BVI for helping me out with that, even though I know he probably wanted to strangle me a couple times. So, but he stuck with me, helped me through it, and I got to find Sky's fox, and it was pretty cool learning how to find it. Even though we were getting annoyed with some of the other foxes just bleeding over the other ones. But yeah, no, thank you for the potluck again, Rusty, and had a good time, and looking forward to Winter Day, or Winter Field Day, because I will be there. Even if I don't have a setup yet, I will be there to see you guys again. So yeah, thank you so much, and back to net.
All right, thank you, Cody. Next on the list, we've got K5JDI, David with no traffic. David, thank you for checking in. And did somebody call the wolf? Shoot, man, that's all you had to say. I've got, next on the list is KI5WLF, Steven. Steven, what's going on?
This is KI5WLF, just checking in. I don't really have much to say. I'm new to the club, which is awesome to be a part of. I didn't know you guys existed until about a few months ago when I was just scrolling around on repeaters and found the Oak Hill and heard the automated message that you guys have a net every Thursday at 8 p.m. So I was like, hey, I'll check that out. And next thing you know, I'm a member of the club. And unfortunately, it was too quick of a notice for the social gathering. I already had things planned. Sounds sounds like you guys had a really great event on Saturday. Sorry I missed it, but hopefully I can make it to the next one.
Hey, well, I missed out too, and I had noticed. So, but yeah, I'm definitely planning to make the next event as well. So, hopefully we'll see you then too. Everybody, Steven's here, KI5WLF. You want to say hi to him, or you got a question? Come with your call sign now.
This is KI5YLS.
Go ahead, Cody.
Hey, Steven. Just wanted to say from one person who's recently new to the club to another, welcome. I'm sure I'm not the first, but I'm trying to be the first on the radio. Welcome to the club. Like I said, I'm fresh myself, but this club is great. I've been welcomed here. I've been welcomed in like family, so I think you'll have no problem fitting in, and so just wanted to say welcome. Back to you.
Yeah, Cody, thanks for the welcome. You are the first to welcome me over the radio. I've been kind of quiet all week. I've been listening after hours, like when I get off work on the drive home, but just haven't been able to get on the radio. But yeah, I already feel at home when you had your suggestion for Fast and Furious for trivia night. I'm all in. I'm a gearhead. I race motocross on the weekends, so you know, anything with like cars and dirt bikes and motorcycles or just like motorcycle trivia, I'm all in for that stuff.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, not much of a gearhead, although I do love like fast cars. Watching my uncle, Ray K5BZI, work on cars. Not much of a participator, but I love to watch. Drink a cold one. But other than that, I picked Fast and Furious just simply because the fact that Fast and Furious has been one of those movie series that literally every time I sit down to watch a movie, I'm like, no, I'm going to watch something else. I'm going to make my horizon a little bit wider, and then I just end up sitting down watching Fast and Furious. I've seen all, what are they at now, 9? All 9 of them so many times I could tell you the storyline of each one. So yeah, I figured that would be a good little trivia, one where I can hopefully win and then not accuse Rusty of it being rigged, even though it probably in some weird way will still be rigged. But yeah, no, that's why I chose Fast and Furious, because I absolutely love that movie series.
Yeah, I think Fast and Furious would be a good one. Maybe Rusty can come up with a question of what year is that Challenger that Vin Diesel is driving. That could be a question. It'd be a hard one for some people, but it'd be a question.
Not gonna lie, I say I'm really good at it. That one might trip me up unless I like just recently watched the movie. One of the movies where that car's a big one, but oh my gosh, that is probably one of my favorite cars in the series. I'd do anything to have that car as my own. But yeah, but this is KI5YLS, Cody, and if you're all good, then back to net.
Thanks, Cody. Anybody else want to come say hi to Steven? Come with your call sign.
BBS.
Hey, Rusty.
All right, so I got that question down. Sounds like you're in for the Fast and Furious. Just wanted to welcome you to the club, man. You're on the Discord, and you're officially a member. I mentioned you earlier in the net. So welcome to the club, and I hope to hear you on the radio. And sounds like you found out us about on the web. Have you been in Austin long? Are you new to Austin? What brought you to the club, man?
I'm originally from a small town about an hour east of LaGrange, or Austin, called LaGrange. I moved to Austin in 2018, lived in downtown for a little bit, paid that high, ridiculous rent, and then moved out to Austin. And then when coronavirus came on through, a friend of mine, a prepper friend, was like, hey man, you should get into ham radio. And so I bought a small Bale thing, DMR, I think it was a 1701, got into it a little bit, started programming and playing around with it, and then set it down, and then he came back with me with another radio that was a little bit better. It was like the Anytone 878. Started playing around with that, and then just started plugging in all the repeaters that were around, and I heard about the Oak Hill amateur radio net on Thursday nights, and I listened in a few times, and then I checked in a couple, and then last week I was like, hey, I'll join the club. It seems like a good club that seems like a good group of people to get familiar with and learn about more about ham radio. So yeah, thanks for the warm welcome. Yeah, the Discord environment's great. Yeah, again, back to you.
Right on, man. Well, cool. So if you got a DMR, the DMR's got nets every night. So if you want to test out your radio, you can do that. And yeah, Discord is the greatest place because that's where we all hang out. So welcome aboard, man. Look forward to having you in the club. WZ5BVS, back to net control.
Thanks, Rusty. Anybody else want to say hi to Steven? He's here, KI5WLF. Come with the call sign now for Steven. Alright, nothing heard. Steven, any final comments?
Just want to say thank you everyone for the warm welcomes over the radio, also Discord, and accepting me onto the net and welcoming me into this great club. I'll be around for a while. Other than that, back to net control. This is Steven, KI5WLF73.
Thank you, Steven, and welcome to the club. Let me go ahead and do another station identification. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. We're every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. My name is Aaron, AI5HP, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. Next on the list, we've got Jeffrey, KI5MVF. Jeffrey, what's going on?
KI5MVF here. Hey, Aaron. Thanks for running the net. You're doing a great job. Appreciate it. Radio-wise, I've not had a whole lot of time for anything other than a net here, and really, made some time for the potluck. Had a lot of fun out there, eating some good food, and doing some fox hunting. It was especially great to get to hang out with Rusty and Bjorn and Meredith, walking around the park, and we hit all four foxes. Did a lot of walking. I can tell you, Sunday when Rusty and I were up there at the UT campus working on the 775 machine, we were both quite tired. I'm pretty sure my feet are still sore. And then for trivia, this one's for Ashley and I. She is here with me. We would do really, really, really well at a Chipotle round. A long time ago, Rusty used to accept submitted questions. We spent 3 hours one night submitting an entire round worth of trivia for Chipotle. 10 questions, photos, 4 answers for each. Put a lot of work into it, and then we submitted all of them. And he said that the submission system had since been broken, and that there would not be a Chipotle round. And so, fair to say, we would do really well at it, but I don't think the day will ever come. This is KI5MVF. Back to that.
So, Jeffrey, are you referring to the restaurant or the pepper?
Mostly the restaurant. However, there were specific questions in there that involved the pepper as well.
Alright, well, good to know. The day may come, so, I say hold out hope. I tell you what, though, I will say that this last trivia night, I think Rusty's like, oh, we had the most participants ever. I was like, yeah, and I was like the lowest ever. I think I came in like 30th or something. I didn't have my son, KI5 VND helping me, and I think it showed. So yeah, but I think y'all did pretty well that night, right?
I didn't play a whole lot last weekend. I had potluck talks to get ready. I joined in for half of round 4. I think Ashley played. I think she won at least a round. She's asleep now, as I will be by this time tomorrow while she's playing trivia. But yeah, I didn't play a whole lot last week, and I can't recall where all she was at.
Alright, yeah, so somebody helped the Okies win, but I'd say it wasn't me. Hey everybody, Jeffrey's here, KF5 MVF. Don't want to say hi, have a comment, question for him, come with your call sign now. Alright, nothing heard. Jeffrey, any final comments from you?
Yeah, I'll just say that if Rusty's listening, see him on Discord, and he ever changes his mind on the Chipotle trivia, I still have that document saved and will be happy to send it over to him. KI5MVF, back to net.
Alright, thanks Jeffrey. I'm sure he's got it tucked away somewhere. Next on the list, we've got Sam, AI5IR. Sam, what's going on? And hey, what trivia subject are you good at?
Good evening. I'm currently out at the trail along Shoal Creek, enjoying the last bit of heat we'll have for a little bit. As for the trivia questions, anything like science-related, STEM, nerd stuff, probably get a crack at that one. I had a lot of fun at this week's potluck, like most of y'all. Thank you bunch to Lance for letting me hog his POTA station and get my first activation and first time calling CQ on HF. That was a ton of fun. I've been continuing learning CW so I can be prepared to do POTA stuff on my own whenever I finally get a radio, about 2/3 the way through. And that's about it for me. Back to net. Thanks.
Alright, Sam. Well, it sounds like you and I are doing things backwards. I've got the radio, but I don't know CW. But hey, whatever works, right? I mean, like you said, it took me a while to save up for this radio, so I should have been doing CW practice in the meantime, but good for you for doing that. Everybody, Sam's here, AI5IR. Do you want to say hi to him, or if you got a question or comment for him, come with your call sign now.
KEX.
Go ahead, Lance.
Hey, Sam. Just wanted to say congrats on that first activation. Welcome to the rabbit hole. It is deep. And you did a great job, man. The bands were tough that day, but you kept at it, and it was nice to meet you, finally face to face. So that's it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. For everyone else, we had quite a few technical troubles. Apparently had unlucky antenna position. Transceiver was on the lower sideband to the upper sideband. RF gain is all the way down for some reason. But we made it happen.
Alright, thanks, Lance. Hey, anybody else want to come say hi to Sam? He's here. Come with your call sign now.
NDS.
Go ahead, Ron.
Good evening, Aaron, and everybody on the net. And Sam, I want to say more power to you in learning CW there, and it can be a lot of fun if you just relax and let it happen musically, so to speak. I've been doing it for a long time, and I was on there today. Worked a POTA station in Illinois, and as soon as I signed off with him, one of our other members, Bill N5SMO, came on and worked the same station. So I just wanted to encourage you there, and it's great to hear all the new members and new hams calling in. W5NDS, back to net.
Thanks. Definitely having a lot of fun with CW. When I first got my license, I didn't think I was going to do it, but then learned about POTA, learned about low power stuff. Don't have to carry as much around, and got to do that.
All right, thanks, Rod. Anybody else want to come say hi to Sam? Come with your call sign now. All right, nothing heard. Hey, Sam, any final comments before we move on?
Not this time. AFIVR, back to net.
All right, thanks, Sam. Thanks for checking in. Next, we've got a recheck. Marshall, KI5YIA. Marshall, what's going on? And hey, I think you are one of the new hams that Rusty mentioned earlier, so welcome. Welcome to the net, and welcome to the club. What's going on with you?
This is Marshall, KA5YAA. I'm a retired guy, and I just got into ham. I got my general class license about 3 weeks ago, and started working on my extra class. I'm a little intimidated by it. Lots of math. I haven't had math in a long time. Been off the radio a lot this week. Had a lot of household and family things to do. But I like to try to make time to be on the Oak Hill Net on Thursday nights. You guys are great. This weekend, I'm a football fan, and so I'll be watching the Texas Longhorns Saturday night and the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday afternoon. I do have a question. Hold on a second. My question to the club is, I'm a blind person, and I know that y'all have several blind people in the club. Do any of them attend the fox hunts? And if so, how do they manage it?
Does anybody want to come with your call sign and the answer for Marshall?
N5LX.
Yes.
Sorry, I doubled with you. N5LX.
Go N5LX.
I don't have any experience with that, but I just wanted to put this out there. I mean, I have a couple of Fox transmitters, and I would love to, work with you to figure out what would work, for a blind person doing a fox hunt. I mean, I kind of enjoy, finding interesting spots, but if if people could kind of put their heads together and figure out what would work, I'd love to do that.
I think that would be cool. I'd like to participate, but again, being a blind person, I could probably hide better than the fox could.
N5LX. I think one of the things that I think some of the other guys in the club pointed out is if we can find fox transmitter locations where you don't have to walk very far, but also I guess if we take into account obstacles, I guess I wouldn't pretend to know what would work and make the hunt interesting. So that I'd have to get some input from you guys. N5L.
Thanks, Scott. I think somebody else had also wanted to say something. Go ahead. Whoever that station was, come again now.
KI5MVF here. Yeah, I was just going to say that I'm not aware of any of our blind members participating in fox hunting. However, I'm on the same boat as Sky, and we'd be happy to set something up special just for you guys. I could definitely see it being manageable in the right setting. However, most of our foxes right now have been involving a lot of driving around, and I assume that's something most of you are unable to do. So if we wanted to set something up, I'm sure we could definitely set, like Sky said, put our heads to it and work together and make something happen. We'd be happy to coordinate with a couple of you guys and make it work.
K5YAA, maybe after the first of the year, if y'all could find someone that I could communicate with, I would like that, and then I could attend Winterfest at the end of January. And I think that would be cool if I could do that.
I think that's probably something that the club can figure out. We've got enough time, right, between now and January to figure something out. So that's maybe Rusty, you can put that in the suggestion box so that the club can act on that.
Comment?
Go ahead, Rusty.
Yeah, Marshall, I just wanted to let you know, if you go over to the website, n5oak.org, and join us on Discord, we can chat about that over there, and we can figure out exactly how to do this and make this work, because, yeah, man, I think it would be a whole lot of fun. So if you're up for that, go head over to the website and sign up on Discord, and we can figure out exactly what it is we need to do, man. WZ5BBS.
I will do that in the next few days, and yeah, I'd love to chat with you guys and see what we could figure out to do. When I first started studying, my Elmer in Richardson told me about fox hunts, and I was immediately intrigued. So I think this could be a lot of fun.
All right, thanks, Rusty. Anybody else want to come with a question or comment for Marshall? Come with your call sign now. All right, nothing heard. Marshall, you got any final comments before we move on?
You guys are great. It's been a lot of fun last week and this week listening to you guys. You've got a lot of information. I'm such a novice. Even though I've got that general class, I have very little experience. So I just enjoy listening to hearing what you guys have to say. KI5WIA, back to net control.
Well, from one newbie to another, you're not alone, Marshall, and welcome. Hey, everybody, that's the end of round one of general check-ins, which means that it's time for me to do station ID, and then we'll move into round two. You are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you're just joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and wish to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8 Hertz. If you're using the University Link repeater system, please set your tone to 97.4 Hertz. My name is Aaron, AI5HP. And I'm your net controller for tonight's net. Alright, let's go through round two of regular check-in. Again, no membership is required, and any licensed operator is welcome to check in. If you're new, ham, we especially would like to hear from you. If you previously checked in tonight and want to recheck, just specify that you're recheck so I can log things appropriately. Go ahead and come with your call sign and name now.
This is W5KEX, Lance in East Austin.
Any more check-ins for the net tonight?
This is N5UMT, Mark, South Austin.
Is W5NDS, North Central Austin.
Okay. Let me go through that list. We've got W5KEX, Lance, N5UMT, Mark, and W5NDS, Rod. Let's start at the top of the order. Let's go to W5KEX, Lance. Lance, what's going on tonight? And hey, how about that trivia topic? Which one are you good at?
Good evening, net and net control. Great job on net control in there, as always, man. And trivia, history, and really just trivia in general. Science, I know a whole bunch of nothing about a lot. It has been a great week. We had a lot of fun this past weekend at the potluck. Got to meet Rusty face-to-face, got to see Ray and a whole bunch of other guys I've talked to a lot but have not gotten to see face-to-face. And we got POTA activated, and that was real good. It's been a real busy radio week. Reset real quick. Tuesday night, was able to get on the 555 and talk to Ray and Hot Rod for a while, and a lot of CW practices this week with Jason, MPJ. We are coming along. Not going to say we're good, but compared to where we were when we started practicing just about nightly, 3 or 4 times a week, 2 months ago, we've we definitely improvement, and it's fun to see the improvement we got. In fact, I'm planning on headed out to Lockhart State Park. Have not been out there in a couple months, and I'm going to POTA activate with CW. So that's the plan. That's what's happened. That's my story. Sticking to it. W5KEX.
Yeah, like I said, I really need to start. I need to figure out what I'm going to start doing to learn CW. I think my son and I, we both are kind of looking into it. We, my son rigged up one of those maker kits. I think it was a Pi and a relay board, and he's using some Google Translate API and a Python script to where you can push the button, speak into it, and it outputs Morse code, but that doesn't really work well for, like, just the letters. It works better with words than letters, and of course, when you're doing CW, it's always shorthand, characters, so it doesn't really work. So what that means is we've got to learn Morse code. Yeah, so. Hey everybody, Lance is here, W5KEX. If you've got a comment or question for him, come with your call sign now.
K5BZI.
Go ahead, Ray.
Hey, Lance, it was good to see you, man, on Saturday. Sorry we got split up doing fox hunting and didn't get to hang out with you very much, but we'll catch you next time we get together, hopefully soon.
Yes, sir, man. No, that was great, and it's just a testament to how awesome our club is that we get together, and there's just, there's so much to do. Just in 3 hours, I actually was bragging about us to another Discord ham radio group I'm part of, and they were saying that they were looking forward to a fox hunt their club's going to be doing in a few months, and I was like, well, we do, I said we do one usually once a week, and they go, really, once a week? Well, this last week we did 4 at once, so, in Five Oak, man, that's where it's at.
That's good stuff, man. Yeah, cool, man. We'll catch you later. K5BZI.
Thanks, Ray. Anybody else want to come and say hi to Lance? Come with your call sign now.
W5NDS.
Go ahead, Rod.
Yeah, Lance, glad to hear you're seeing progress, and it's with the code, it's all about practice. Doing it, and you'll see more and more improvement. So Lockhart's a little far away to work you on HF, on CW, but have a good time out there.
Well, thank you, sir. And yeah, you're absolutely correct, and that's what you told me at the beginning of this journey. You can't fake it on that. It's like learning a musical instrument or another language, man. You got to put the time in, and you're absolutely correct. Thanks, Rod.
All right, thanks, Rod. Anybody else want to come say hey to Lance? Come with your call sign now. All right, nothing heard. Lance, you got any final comments for everybody before we move on?
No, sir. Doing a great job. Appreciate you taking the time running the net, man. Back to you, W5KEX 73.
All right, thank you, Lance. Next on the list, we've got Mark, N5UMT. Mark, what's going on? And hey, how about a trivia subject for you?
good evening. I have no idea what the overall topic was tonight. I just got bored with Fox News, so turned off the TV and reached over here and turned up the volume to see what y'all were chatting about and kind of reviewing Discord at the same time to see if there was a fox hunt going to happen this weekend. Trivia-wise, if you're asking for a favorite, I kind of like music, usually oldie stuff, 60s and 70s, because I'm an old guy, and that's all I know. Other than that, I really have nothing important to share with anybody, but glad to discuss any topic in 5UMT.
Well, Mark, thank you for checking in, and I disagree. That was a very important thing that you spoke about. 60s music. That's something that I think Rusty needs to make a note of too.
Yeah, music is good for the soul, and I guess old guys like old music. I know Rod plays music. I saw him play the other night. I remember. Oh, you got up with Tony Harrison at Central Market Westgate, and Rod's always a treat to see. Go ahead.
Hey, so anybody want to come say hey to Mark, N5UMT? Come with your call sign now.
N5L.
Go ahead, N5LX.
Yeah, you mentioned a fox hunt, or at least you were asking about it. I'd be more than willing to put a fox out this weekend. I didn't know if anybody was going to be interested, but I mean, if there's one person who wants to do it, I'll put one out there.
Yours are always good. You always have to look up, but they're always good. And we shouldn't sweat too much this weekend. Should we pursue that?
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely put one out then. I'll go online and put the information out there. N5LX.
That's great, Sky. Thanks. Anybody else want to come say hey to Mark? He's here. Come with your call sign now.
5NDS.
Go ahead, Rod.
Well, thanks, Mark. I don't know, did you see it on Facebook, or were you actually there?
No, I was actually there. I'm good friends with Carol and Tony and Tim Hertenberger, and didn't know you were on the bill, but the folks just keep getting up out of the audience and singing, so I sat there and listened and enjoyed it all, Rod.
You should have come and said howdy. Been nice to meet you in person there, Mark. Thanks. W5NDS. Back to net.
Thanks, Rod. Anybody else want to come say hi to Mark and 5UMT? Come with your call sign now. All right, nothing heard. Mark, you got any final comments before we move on?
No, sir. Thanks for letting me in and drop my 2 cents worth, and I'll just be back on the side listening. N5UMT Austin.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mark, for checking in. Next on the list, we've got Rod, W5NDS. Rod, what kind of trivia topic would you do well in?
Anything I suggest would be way out of date. My only specialties are, languages are one of my interests, of course, and, bluegrass music and classic country music, all ancient stuff, even older than what Mark suggested there. And I'm going to sign off here tonight. I want to commend you, Aaron, for a fine job as net control. Thanks so much for doing that. And 73s, and good night to all. W5NDS.
All right, Rod. Well, I guess you're not going to give me or give anybody an opportunity to come and say hey to you, but that's okay. I appreciate it. It's getting kind of late. And thanks for your comments about me running the net tonight as well. 73 to you as well.
Well, if you got something to say, come on with it.
All right, you heard Rod. Come with your call sign now if you want to say something to him.
N5 UMT.
Go ahead, Mark.
Rod, I know you got to get up early. I listen to you every morning, or almost every morning when I wake up and roll over and turn on the radio and hear you talking to all those smart guys. Maybe 400.5? I'm thinking something. I can't remember which frequency you're on. Go ahead.
Well, I'm a critical, perpetual insomniac here, Mark. I'm often up half the night listening to broadcast radio or something else. But yeah, I do make it there on in the 6:30 group, and they're an interesting group to listen to.
Yes, sir. Well, we enjoyed listening on you, and I listen to Coop Radio along with you once in a while as well. Have a good night, Rod. N5 UMT, I'm clear.
All right, thanks, Mark. Anybody else want to come say hi to Rod before he retires for the evening? Come with your call sign now.
KC5AJE.
Go ahead, AJE.
Hey, Rod. Yeah, I just haven't been able to hop on in the mornings this week, and so have missed talking to y'all in the mornings. It's been kind of a mad dash to get the kids to school, but hope you're doing well. It was good hearing you on the air this evening, and hope you have a good weekend. This is KC5AJE, back to net.
Roger, Chad. Well, you jump in there whenever you can. I know it's not easy getting those kids breakfasted and on their way to school, but we're glad to have you anytime.
Thanks, Chad. Anybody else want to come come and say hi to Rod? Come with your call sign now. All right, nothing heard. Rod, any final comments before we let you go?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. 73s to all. And congrats on all the club activities, and congrats to the new licensees. W5NDS, off and in the clear.
Thank you so much, Rod. Hey, everybody, that's the end of round 2. So, let's go ahead and let me do another station ID. And then we'll see if anybody wants to come in for round 3. You are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you're joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and wish to participate, set your tone to 114.8 Hertz. If you're using a University Link repeater system, set your tone to 97.4 Hertz. My name is Aaron, AI5HP, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. Let's give the opportunity for Round 3 check-ins. If you want to check in, come with your name and call sign now. Alright, nothing heard. So, I guess that means it's time to wrap things up. On Monday night, we have the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club 6-meter Monday, hosted by Rick, AI5A. That's on 50.125 megahertz frequency, upper sideband at 8 o'clock. On Tuesdays, we have the Oak Hill Southside Simplex, hosted by Ray, K5BZI. That's at 146.555 megahertz frequency, FM at 8 p.m. Also on Tuesday night, we have the DMR Soundcheck Net, hosted by George, W5JDX and Tommy, N5ZNO. That's on the 441.300 megahertz repeater to the DMR machine at 8 p.m. On Wednesdays, we link up and have the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Night Net, hosted by Matthew, KN4LRA. That's on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater systems at 8 o'clock. On Thursday, we have the Oak Hill CW Net, hosted by Pat W5WTH. That's at 3.532 megahertz frequency at 7:30, right before this net. And also on Thursday nights is this net, the Oak Hill Thursday Night Net, hosted by a different operator every week, the N5OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system at 8 p.m. Fridays, we have the Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net, hosted by Rusty, WZ5BBS. That's on the N5OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system at 9 p.m. On Saturdays, we have the Austin Amateur Radio Club Elmer Net, hosted by Jeff, N5MNW. That's at 146.940 megahertz, their repeater at 7 p.m. We have the 220 megahertz Guys Original Preservation Net, hosted by Steve, KB9DSQ on Saturdays at 9 p.m., and that's on the 224.100 megahertz repeater. On Sundays, we have the Austin Amateur Radio Club's 10-meter net, hosted by Rod, W5NDS. That's at 28.410 megahertz frequency, upper sideband at 3 p.m. We also have the Travis County Aries Weekly Net, 147.360 megahertz repeater at 7 p.m. on Sundays. Also on Sundays, we have the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by Ernesto, KI5PZN and Maria, KI5SYX. That's on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system at 7:30 p.m. And we also have at 9 p.m. on Sundays the Austin Amateur Radio Club SwapNet, hosted by Jeff, N5MNW. That's on the 146.940 repeater. Thank you for joining us for the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK. We're right here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. We're a nonprofit based in Austin, Texas. For more information, please visit n5oak.org, where you can read about the club, sign up for our email list, or donate to support the continued growth of amateur radio. You might also consider joining our Discord group, where we stay in touch when we're not on the radio. We would also like to thank Kyle, KA5V, for linking the Universal Link repeater system for this net. I'm Aaron, AI5HP, and from my QTH here in Buda, just south of Austin, Texas. 73, everybody, and thanks again for hanging out with us tonight. Closing down the net, this system is now returned to regular amateur use.
Good job, man. Thanks for running the net. WZ5BBS.
Thanks, Rusty, AI5HP.
KB5MPJ testing. KB5MPJ listening. KI5MPJ listening. KB5MPJ listening.